Shout out to VHS Archive. What a legend. Let's get into the actual content. Nice. By the way, he says, "Hey, Jaden, check Twitter. Look at this, and look at what this guy posts. Just look at this. Wow, thank you so much. Wow, what a great picture. What a great screenshot. You know, I could have just done this. Or I could have just stood up or done that, did this, but you get the worst possible screenshot. It's really awesome. Really appreciate that, VHS Archive. Anyways, let's get into the fucking stream. Enough talking, enough yapping. A lot of stuff to get into. Let's start with the Baked Alaska stuff. We didn't get into it yesterday. I can't fucking talk. But let's just dive into it. We're going to quickly cover it. I'm sure everyone's familiar. In case you're not, Baked Alaska, who was supposed to be in jail, according to himself, like 3 weeks ago, he is now still streaming. He was streaming today. But yesterday, he was sentenced to 60 days in jail for January 6th. He also has the 30 days for the macing case, and he was also put on probation sentenced to 2 years on probation, which frankly, this is the part people aren't really talking about. Baked Alaska was talking about restarting his IRL streaming career after he's out of jail. If he's on probation for 2 years and he's IRL streaming, he's going to jail again. Like that's just confirmed. Like he was talking about, because he did the one with Lols on New Year's in Miami, and he was saying how much fun he had and how he wants to do IRL streaming again. If he does that, I'm saying it right now, if he IRL streams, I don't care if he has mace, I don't care what he's doing, he will go to jail if he is on probation for 2 years. I'm just saying that. It's just true. That being said, that's the sentence. All these other Jaden 6 defendants, for the most part, it seems like they get sentenced and then they're thrown back in jail like almost immediately. Baked Alaska, like I said, is allowed to continue streaming. He was streaming today. I don't know when he actually is going to go to jail for January 6th, but he was sentenced to he's streaming right now, apparently, is what I'm being told in chat. Let me check this message. Is that the same message? Yeah, anyways, so getting into, I love that people tell me, like, people are going to message me and tell me what to do with the stream or not to do. Like, anyways, back to what I was saying. So, we got, like, my phone. I'm just going to turn this over. I'm just going to turn the phone over because people feel the need to sit here. And okay, moving on. Back to what I was saying. So Baked Alaska sentenced to 60 days in jail. And it's very bizarre. We actually had this. If you guys have been following me on Telegram, I was covering this. We had RPG covering this. But even Dick Masterson, who is a Gunt Guard loyalist, tweeted this out, that Nick Oakes, friend of the show, is going to prison for 4 years today for live streaming the J6 riots. By the way, Nick Oakes actually has a family, wife, kids, etc. I guess he actually says that in this statement, leaving his wife and kids behind. Real travesty this country is. Follow him here and send him letters to keep his spirits up. So this is really the main point here. It's awful. It's terrible. Live streaming the J6 riots. I'm pretty sure he was involved in the Proud Boys. Obviously, every Proud Boy was basically charged with some bullshit. Whether they were inside, they were outside. Some people were getting sedition charges. For telling people to go inside, etc. Baked Alaska, who did that? Nothing. Nick Fuentes, who did that? Nothing. But RPG put this out. J6 defendant Nick Oakes was handed a 4-year sentence for live streaming at the Capitol. Baked Alaska was sentenced to 60 days. Do the math, groypers. And then CWC put this out, which I don't know if you guys are aware. I said it briefly yesterday, but me and CWC do not get along. I think that he is a snake. I think that he sucks. I think that he flip-flops his position every other day. I think depending on who you're talking to, he will, 1 second he's, oh, I love this guy. I love this guy. The next second, oh, I hate this guy. He was anti-Groiper, then he was pro-Groiper, he was pro-A-Log, then he was anti-A-Log. The last time I talked about this guy, he was saying that the A-Logs are just as bad as the Groipers, and he was trying to suck up and get back into the good graces of Nick Fuentes. He actually said that he didn't believe that Baked Alaska was a Fed. But I shared this post on my Telegram because even though I think that he is scum, this is all accurate information. This is all true. He put out this graphic. 2 defendants, same judge, different sentences. Isn't that Grayson guy still a Groiper? Grayson. No, but he's more of the same. He's a part of the CWC group that desperately try to suck up to the Groipers, try to get back into the good graces. Same with Kyle Clifton, who all the Groipers called a retard because he bought those billboards that said Joe Kent is like Israel first or whatever. They all called him a retard and attacked him, attacked Ethan Schmidt. But he's now a streamer over on Cozy. So anyways, here he puts out this graphic. 2 J6 defendants, same judge, different sentence. Tim, Baked Alaska GNA, controversial live streamer, multiple criminal convictions, snitched, 60 days in jail. Christian Secor, UCLA student, no criminal history, did not snitch. 3.5 years in prison, which is true. And then he goes on to reiterate a lot of the stuff that I've said, but he puts it in a good post here and says, Baked Alaska was sentenced to 60 days in jail today for his involvement in the J6 U.S. Capitol incident. Bake's sentence was handed down by Trevor McFadden, the same judge who gave fellow J6 patriot Christian Secor a draconian 3.5-year sentence, which, by the way, not only did Bake have the same judge with Christian Secor, or as Christian Secor, but Baked Alaska's former judge got swatted. Got swatted by who? Well, many are assuming Groipers, rightfully assuming Groipers. But Baked Alaska, regardless of who swatted his judge, he went on live stream and celebrated it. He went on stream, jumped around, screaming, "Woo, Yoba, woo, woo, Yoba, Yoba, Yoba," and talked about how this was a blessing. He was praising God that this person got swatted. He was praising the Lord that his judge got swatted, and how awesome it is that he has a new judge for the case. Now, again, most people, you would think, if they're trying to nail right-wingers, which we all know they are, the famous live streamer, quote-unquote neo-Nazi guy that is celebrating swatting federal judges, you would think that might have like some sort of ramification. No, nothing. I mean, the guy also blew up his own plea deal and said, "No, I'm not taking the plea deal," and then the judge gave him another chance after he said, "God has willed it that I do not take this plea deal. He spoke to me," and then 1 month later, he took the plea deal after blowing it up. But anyways, you have that. He then goes on to say, it's important to note that Trevor McFadden explicitly made an example of Secor, which is true if you read the Secor stuff, because of his activism as a former low-level Groiper. That is real. They cited his involvement with the anti-Semitic white nationalist Groiper movement as part of the reason why he got such a terrible sentence. That's not even, I'm not making that up. You can go read about it yourself. Secor had no criminal history, unlike Baked Alaska. And he and his family were subjected to a pre-dawn raid by armed FBI troops, 30 days in solitary confinement, and over a year of house arrest leading up to his sentencing, which is true. Baked Alaska literally had an ankle monitor on for 2 months, maybe. And Christian, my age, he is my age, thrown into solitary confinement, no criminal history, and he was at his parents' house. They literally like kicked his door in. They fucking FBI team raided his house with his family. Anyways, why would the same judge give such a light sentence to Baked Alaska, who was one of the most high-profile figures in the Groiper movement? Gee, that's what I've been saying for months, CWC, and you said that I was as bad as the Groipers, and that you didn't think Baked Alaska was a Fed. But anyways, I agree. Bake's ankle monitor was removed after only a few months, and he was able to continue his Groyper streaming career despite 3 simultaneous criminal cases, one for J6, another for assaulting a man with pepper spray, and a third for vandalizing a Hanukkah display. If there was anybody the system would try to make an example of, it would be Baked Alaska. The answer is simple. Baked Alaska is a rat, which again, I agree. Now, I have this clip here. This is from when Baked Alaska and I were debating while I was telling him that his plea deal it confirms that he's a Fed informant. But let's check it out. People should send all the other Mace videos from the casino last night to the DA in Washington. That's the thing, is that wasn't a one-off case. Him walking back and spraying the bouncer. There are a dozen clips of Bake just spraying random people. I remember he was talking to this homeless guy, and it was in LA. He was talking to some homeless guy who was sitting on the side of the street. And I don't know if he told him to come here, but he was having a conversation with him, just straight up conversation. And the guy got up and started walking towards him. It wasn't like he went rah or something. Bake's sitting there, la la la, live streaming, having a conversation. The guy starts to get up and he just starts spraying him. There are so many. There are so many where it's like that is not self-defense. It is not self-defense. But he continued to get away with it every single time, over and over and over again. But anyways, here is Baked Alaska telling me he will never turn over his phone, ever.
Sitting there with me. I mean, you can say that, and people can believe you or not believe you, but the fact of the matter is,
you're giving them your phone, and they, by definition, are getting information from you. You are informing the feds, by definition, a federal informant.
No, that's not true. I am not giving them my phone. I am showing them the posts or statements that I made.
And that's what you say. I mean, what if they say, yeah, we're taking this phone or something? I mean, I don't know. Again, it's all legal jargon. I don't know. That's not my thing.
No, if they say, hey, we're taking your phone and we're downloading all the contents in the group, I'll say, okay, I'm going to fucking trial. Bye. Literally, I swear. So listen, I know you don't like me.
He swore. If they said, hey, we're taking your phone, he said, I swear I will go to trial. That's what he said. Now, here is Baked admitting the feds took his phone after starting up and down on our debate that he would never hand over his phone. So this is a post from May 2021 that we found. And he said, factory reset my Samsung 21 Ultra 5G, and it's incredibly laggy and choppy while I'm test streaming. It's supposed to be the best phone on the market, and it can't even handle a simple stream. Just ordered a replacement phone, so it's going to be a few days until we are fully up and running again. I'd much rather use my S20 Plus Ultra, but the feds literally took it and won't give it back. Sorry for all the technical issues, and thanks again for your patience. I will never hand over my phone. I'd literally go to trial. Oh, by the way, he handed it over literally months prior. That's what you say. I mean, what if they say, yeah, we're taking this phone or something? I mean, I don't know. Again, it's all legal jargon. I don't know. That's not my thing.
No, if they say, hey, we're taking your phone and we're downloading all the contents in the group, I'll say, okay, I'm going to fucking trial. Bye. Literally, I swear. So.
This was after they took his phone. Anyways, there you have Baked Alaska. And then again, we have the entire thread that I've been sharing around everywhere, and I'm going to tell you all, I'm going to shill it again, because Darren Beatty, the fucking Darren Beatty, put out a interview today with Baked Alaska, which has been shilled by Nick and Baked and Revolver. Okay? They're all shilling it. And how are they spinning this? How are they spinning this interview? Baked Alaska, who exposed Ray Epps. He exposed Ray Epps. Now, this doesn't even make any fucking sense, okay? Even if Baked Alaska was... let's just take their narrative to be true, even though we have all the clips proving it's not true. They just continue to push this in hopes that our message, will just get drowned out because they have larger accounts like Darren Beatty and his boomer conservative website. He hopes, we'll just drown these people out. We'll just drown these people out. Well, he hold on. Is my camera fucked up? I feel like it's super dark. Sorry, I apologize. Anyways, back to what I was saying. It doesn't even make sense. Let's take what they say to be true. Let's say Baked Alaska is telling the truth, and he exposed Ray Epps, and he called him a Fed on camera when he said, we're going into the Capitol. He said, no, you're a Fed. And that's what they're running with, right? That's what they're running with. You got Darren Beatty here. This article, Revolver News, man who filmed Ray Epps and led Fed chant sentenced to 60 days. This is so fucking gay. It's such bullshit, right? But let's take it word for word. All right, we're taking it at face value. Then why the next day, if Baked Alaska is calling Ray Epps a Fed and exposing him as a Fed leading people into the Capitol, did Baked go into the Capitol, live stream everybody, and tell people to coincide and then stay there? Why would you do that? If you are exposing the Fed, he's a Fed because he's telling people to go inside, then why did you the next day do exactly that? That doesn't make any fucking sense. That makes literally no sense at all. None. But of course, we know that that's not true. We know that it's all fucking lies. And I'm going to shill this right now in chat. If you guys have a Twitter account, wake the fucking boomers up. Go in there. Do not just like and retweet my post. Go in there and comment. Every one of you. We're going to pull a fucking Nick Fuentes right now. Go in there and ratio. Go in there, quote tweet, go in there
New donation
and post
from Metica Masochist.
that it's fucking bullshit. Go in there and push back on Darren Beatty, because all these boomers that don't know who the fuck I am and have no idea who Baked Alaska is, they're getting fed this narrative by Revolver News and Darren Beatty, the Jew. They're getting fed this narrative that, Baked Alaska and Nick Fuentes, they were, well, specifically Baked Alaska here, he's a victim. He exposed Ray Epps. So I dropped this right beneath it. And by the way, I have Baked Alaska blocked because he has me blocked, just for the record. But you go into this and it's the same thread that I've shilled before, but Baked Alaska saying, he exposed him.
We need to go, I'll say it, we need to go in to the Capitol. Let's go!
Let's go, he says. And all the groypers say, well, he called him a Fed in that other clip. Yeah, we know he called him a Fed after his chat was spamming it. How do we know that? Well, because his chat's spamming it, and this is his other conversation with Ray Epps.
I don't. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay, listen, people are leaving and they're straggling out in ones and twos. That's not smart, man.
I agree. Let's be safe.
We need to find somebody to...
I'll open Entropy right now while this
People are
plays.
thinking they've been drinking and all that crap.
You're right. That's good.
You know what? I really think we should just join BLM. If you can't beat him, join him. I agree with this guy.
I despise BML.
There we go.
BLM.
There we go.
I despise Antifa.
He agrees with this guy. He says, we should be BLM. He says, I agree with this guy. We should just become BLM. Simon Scholl with $5 says, Baked was feeding info to journalists and Antifa long before the FBI. Guy has always been a piece of shit. Remember when he went to the protest without a mask while fully knowing he had COVID? Hope the COs mace the fuck out of him in jail. Well, Baked Alaska, from what I've heard, Baked Alaska was leaking information to Antifa and journalists and then blamed it on Ashton Whitty when exposed. He blamed it on Ashton Whitty. And then Baked Alaska at AFPAC 1, Jared Holt randomly got the location. And from what I've heard from groypers who are no longer groypers, they were sitting with Baked and overlooked over his shoulder and saw him texting Jared Holt. I don't know if that's true. That's what I've been told. And frankly, I believe it. Paducah Palooka with $15 says the judge even said What Bake did was, quote, shocking, only gave him 60 days in jail. Yeah, I mean, again, it makes no fucking sense. None of it makes, oh, he's such a victim. He's getting fucked in the ass here by the system. One of the most prominent people there, everyone hates him allegedly. The media hates him allegedly. And he gets one of the lightest sentences out of anybody, but like young 23-year-olds that nobody even knows gets thrown in jail for 3.5 years because they're tied to Nick Fuentes. And then Baked, Nick, all these people, they have nothing to say about their Groyper supporters. They're getting shafted by the system. Yeah, seems legit. Metagrammatics with $50. Holy bud. Says fucked Baked Alaska. He says fucked. I'm assuming you mean fuck Baked Alaska. He is one of the worst kinds of human beings and deserves the wall. Well, I would agree with that statement, frankly. I would agree. At the very least, he deserves solitary confinement for years. He should be thrown in a box, in a cell where nobody can interact with him, and he can't interact with people for a very long time. The guy is pure evil. He is a shameless fraud, grifter, faggot that has destroyed countless lives, including people who literally committed suicide because Baked Alaska thought it was a good idea to film them on while they were inside the Capitol. So, and when asked about that, and I know I've said this before, but it is truly despicable. Anytime that you ask him about that, he goes, "Not my fault. You should have wore a mask." Someone literally blew their head off because of what Baked Alaska did, and he goes, "Not my problem." Yoba. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Baked just replied to my reply on BD's post. I'm blocked. Screenshot it and send it to me or something. But that's funny. Yeah, Baked Alaska's tuned in. Everybody, like I said, I'll say it again, but go over to this post and let everyone know the truth about Baked Alaska, because all these boomers are being led astray. Every one of these Con Inc. faggots are saying, "Oh, Ray Epps, Ray Epps, Ray Epps." Yeah, Ray Epps is a Fed. Yes, Ray Epps is a Fed. But so is Nick Fuentes, and so is Baked Alaska, and nobody wants to talk about it. Why? Probably there's like two things here. One, because it's totally controlled, which is a fair assumption that it's totally controlled. They're gonna push Ray Epps, and all this other shit is just gonna be thrown under the rug. There's that, and the only other explanation is that I'm the one that's been shilling this. I'm the only person that really has a somewhat decently sized account shilling this shit, and obviously the A-logs. And they don't want to associate with me because I'm blacklisted, which is fine. But, like if John Doyle's listening, or any of these people that actually have a platform and have people on the inside, like, I don't need the fucking clout. I don't care about the clout. Take the clip and post it yourself. Like, it's important and people need to see it. Anyways, let's continue on here.
Put him down myself with 3 Army vets.
I respect
in
that.
Queen Creek, Arizona.
That's where I live. Are you my neighbor? I swear. I live in Queen Creek.
I'm gonna choke you, man.
Wait, this guy's
you
my neighbor.
antagonizing me, man?
Maybe it's because you're my neighbor.
Where you at?
Hold on. Let me mute this.
Neighbors. Wow. That's kind of odd, huh, chat?
I literally hope all boomers die. I literally hope all boomers die. I literally hope all boomers die.
So Will in chat responded, "It's funny, Baked Alaska is paying a lot of attention to this." Let's see here. So we got a Groyper here saying, "I did a 180 on J6. I'm attacking J6 Patriots, even though I'm the only one that talks about them. None of these people talk. Why don't they talk about John Lezak? Why don't they talk about Christian Secor?" Anyways, while goes into people that actually coordinated with the feds, like Patrick Casey, that's not even true. And it's funny that they say this while literally trying to blackmail individuals for the being at J6. Like Nick has threatened multiple people. But anyways, Will says, "Started attacking J6 victims. Please list them other than Baked Alaska, who's getting a slap on the wrist. Jaden has been talking about all the victims picked up due to Baked's footage. Nick has been silent, or worse, retroactively disavowing them." Great tweet. Everyone should go shill this. This is a wonderful tweet. Hyperborea Broria. Everyone, great tweet from Will. Says, slap on the wrist, by the way. I'm doing jail time while others weren't even arrested. LMAO. Are you talking about Nick Fuentes not being arrested? Is that who you're talking about? Because who else hasn't been arrested for J6? I mean, those 6 Groypers got arrested after Bake took his plea deal, and they all said that they deserved it, and Bake told him, or not Bake, Nick told them to rot in prison and burn in hell. So I don't really know who he's talking about there, but
literally hope all boomers die. I literally hope all boomers die. I literally hope all boomers die. I literally hope all boomers die.
Oh, you're right down the street. Okay, I guess I gotta be nice to you.
right down the street.
Fuck.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. We can't fight each other, man. We really can't.
Hey, it's okay to disagree on some things.
Oh, absolutely. I disagree with a lot of people, but you know what?
Yeah.
This is about keeping people safe. We're not here to fight, man. We're here to storm.
So he leans in, says we're here to storm the Capitol. I covered this the other day, so I'm going to try to fly through this.
I'm not kidding.
We're here to storm the Capitol. Hell yeah. All right, have a good night.
Bake says, and I quote, we're here to storm the Capitol. Hell yeah. But hey, he exposed him, chat. According to Darren Beatty, the Jewish journalist, I guess. What else would you call him? I don't know. Revolver News, writing shit like that. Jew says Baked Alaska actually exposed him. And then, of course, we have this footage.
Hey, come in. Yeah, let's go. Capitol. Let's go. Come on in. Make yourselves at home.
And all the Groypers, they all do this. They all try to twist it and say, look, Jaden's going after Jan Sixers, and he's done a 180 on the Capitol. I'm not doing a 180 on the Capitol. I'm not saying, oh my gosh, they went inside the Capitol. That's not why I talk about this. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh my gosh, all these people are bad. No, I'm saying that Ray Epps is a Fed, Baked Alaska's a Fed, and took a deal. And I've said this even on my Telegram yesterday in the comments. I was arguing with some Groyper. If Baked Alaska got fucked over, just like Christian Secor, just like John Lezak, just like Brody, just like all the Groypers, if he got fucked over in that regard, I would be saying, you know, fuck Baked Alaska. He should be in jail for X, Y, and Z. But the Capitol, he shouldn't be in jail. But he's a fucking rat snitch. Therefore, he deserves worse than jail. I mean, he's the bottom of the barrel. And you know, and honestly, I look at him, his 60 days or whatever. It's like all those Mason incidents. It makes sense, right? But and he should be in jail for putting the camera on all these apps. Okay, are we back? I tried to stream. I think we're back. Refresh. I think, are we back? Yeah, so it just died there for a second. I moved it to tried to stream at a higher bitrate, and it's dead again. Apparently that's just not possible. I think we're it just keeps dying. Are we good now? I think we're good now. Groypers are gonna clip this one. Ray Epps with $5. Says, hey Jaden, I used to watch you for a long time up until the Trovo days. I started watching again. It's great to see all that has gone down. Glad you got out. I remember streams where you would be pissed at Trey and Nick didn't care. I don't watch much these days, but still Jaden gang for life. Well, thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. I'm sure that Darren Beatty's gonna be writing this up. Also, all these people, is this one of the finest Jews in the movement, or what the fuck is that about, huh? What is that about? Oh, Jews this, Jews that. And then they literally have a Jew that owns Revolver that like pushes all the mainstream talking points in the right wing, basically. He's sitting there. Well, Jaden got a donation from Ray Epps. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if they ran with that. Honestly, if they ran with that. Hey, spoiler alert, you can put whatever name you want. I know, it's crazy. Nick literally met with Darren Beatty in Miami, by the way, just so everyone knows. Literally went down there and met with Darren Beatty. That's why Darren Beatty is shilling them so hard. That's why Darren Beatty is sweeping it up. Darren Beatty, the Jewish Janny, is sweeping it up for Nick Fuentes. Revolver, more like, I'm thinking of a gun with Revolver. I'm thinking of a gun. Wow, what a cool sight. More like broom, name your site like Broomstick or something, because you're sweeping it up for Baked Alaska and Nick Fuentes. Fucking, I'm gonna go to Miami and meet with Darren Beatty, my buddy Jew friend. Best people in the movement. Anyways, all right, moving on. So there you have it. Well, actually, let's play a couple more of these.
Do not leave! Do not leave!
Do not leave! Guys, stay here!
Do not leave!
Stay, says Baked Alaska. Anyways, he continues, no, I exposed him. Let's play this one last clip. I know you've all seen it, but it's worth noting.
They're saying that if you don't cooperate with the investigation, meaning you don't become an informant, meaning you don't give the names of the people that you were with, meaning you don't assist them in jailing other Trump supporters.
If you don't do this, if you don't become an informant, if you don't assist in jailing Trump supporters,
that they're going to add charges.
They're going to
if
add
you don't
charges.
Cooperate.
That's right.
That's right, says Baked Alaska. That's right. If I don't do this, they're going to add charges. That's right. They're going to charge me with a felony, he says.
That's right. A felony. And that
was an explicit threat from the FBI.
Yes, that's received by my attorney.
What did your attorney say when he told you that?
It's just kind of, scared the hell out of us.
First of all, this is such a weird like interview dynamic. I don't know what's going on. What are they leaning on? I don't know. Why are they so close? But I do know that in this clip, he confirms that if he doesn't become a Fed, he will be charged with a felony and they will add charges. They will throw the book at him. That's what's happening here. And when people will press Nick behind the scenes about this, or when Nick's been asked about this, I've heard him say, well, like you wouldn't do the same. No. And at the very least, if like Baked needs to just be open and honest, and same with Nick. If they were saying, yeah, we took a deal and we gave up names, then at least people can judge fairly. They could be like, fuck you, you're a scumbag, you're a traitor, you're a rat. But they sit here and go, no, it's not true. So dishonest. It's so fucking dishonest. It's unbelievable. Truly ridiculous. But there you have it. And then of course, this banger here from his attorney. Additionally, Gianette's footage from his live stream was used extensively by the holy fuck, I can't read. By the FBI for many of the mugshots posted for wanted persons. Wow, thank you, Baked Alaska.
New donation from Ultros.
Thank you, Baked Alaska. His lawyers literally arguing that in the sentencing memorandum that he should have a reduced sentence because he's helped the feds so much. But he's not a Fed. And we got Darren Beatty, who's going to sit here and say, actually, he exposed Ray Epps. That's why, in the day within, it wasn't even 24 hours. That's why 12 hours later, he's seen inside the Capitol saying, stay, guys, come on in, guys. And then, 15 minutes prior to that, he's going, let's go, and saying, yeah, actually, Ray, we're neighbors and we are going into the Capitol. Hell yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of fucking sense. Anyways, there you have it. It's so retarded. It's literally so retarded. Man who filmed Ray Epps and led Fed chant sentenced to 60 days in prison talks to Revolver News exclusively. Wow. That's great. It's really great. And then you got this. How, like, you got Donald Trump speaking to Darren Beatty. Yeah, Ray Epps is pretty bizarre. Yeah, that Ray Epps guy, he was telling people to charge the barriers. Yeah, that's pretty bizarre. What about this little Hispanic Mexican guy who told people to break down the barriers?
Capital, it appears we are taking the capital. Keep marching and never relent. Break down the barriers and disregard the police. Should live in fear of the American people. Over and over again.
Yeah, there you have it. And Groypers will tell me that that's
New
actually
donation
edited.
from Nick Fuentes.
That's not actually Nick. That's a fake voice. That's what the Groypers were telling us. And then we sent the original footage, and they said, "Oh well, Jaden's in the frame." Yeah, and so is Vince. Am I saying anything about Vince? No. We're saying the guy that's telling people to break down the barriers and then had a dozen of his supporters arrested refuses to talk about him. Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird. Ultros with $300 says this whole thing is disgusting. When you see what Christian Secor is going through and the other real patriots, these phonies are praising this fat slob who has never been punished in his entire life for his countless crimes. It's true. It's true. I mean, he's never had to. I mean, literally. I agree. Thank you for the 300 big shout outs, 07s. And Nick Fuentes says, I finally have to admit it. You were right. And then he goes on to say that he's a gay loser and a Fed. And I think everyone in chat knows that, but thank you for confirming, Nick Fuentes. Good to see you. I know that you're in Berwyn just hanging out, watching TikToks, probably tuned into the stream, considering Kanye dumped you. We're going to get into that story next. But thank you, Nick, for the $5. Disaster Cycle says, it's funny how these people say Patrick Casey cooperated with feds, but can never give a quote. All Patrick ever said was, quote, I have no reason or evidence Nick or the AF Foundation is involved in illegal activity. But, yeah, but that's not even the whole quote. He then goes on to say, but he had reason to believe that it was a possibility because Nick was being investigated. Like, that's, like, Patrick didn't have explicit evidence that there was 1,000,000% someone, like, there was going to be feds at AFPAC. But he knew that Nick was being investigated by the FBI because Nick told him himself. So, yeah, it's like a logical thing to assume, no? I mean, Nick didn't even tell me he was on the no-fly list or that he was on, or that he had his bank account frozen.